Hello, welcome back to Psychology Technology, where we discuss psychology and try to solve your problem. This is Peter.
Lewis.
Sebastian.
If you missed our previous episode, make sure you check that out.
Let's gather around the campfire and sing our campfire song. Our CAMPFIRESONG song. And if you don't think that we can sing it faster, then you're wrong. But it'll help if you just sing along.
Jumping straight into it, we have Austin James Miller on the line.
Hello, Austin James Miller. How are you?
Hey guys, I'm doing well. You can call me AJ.
So, AJ, why did you decide to call in?
Okay, so basically, 2 weeks ago, my friends and I went to go watch a movie at a movie theater. And when it ended, I found a wallet. I immediately checked it for an ID to give it back, but realized there was $700 in it.
What did you do after?
I didn't know what to do, and my friends were pressuring me to keep the money, although we knew taking the money would be immoral. At the end, we all split the money and placed the wallet back where we first found it.
Are you ashamed of your actions?
I definitely feel shame, and looking back into it, I wonder why I acted the way I did, since that is not who I am.
I believe you experienced de-individualization, which relates to the loss of self-awareness when in a group, which you mentioned you were in one.
Yeah, a Stanford study conducted by Philip Zimbardo proved that when you're in a group, like you mentioned you would not represent who you are due to external influences of the group.
Cognitive dissonance also may have played a role in your decision-making. You had conflicting thoughts because you knew taking someone's wallet was wrong, but you also wanted the money, so you likely justified taking the wallet to yourself in order to avoid psychological discomfort.
You also experienced diffusion of responsibility since you were in a group, right? You knew that what was the correct behavior, and the people you were with probably also knew, but nobody did the right thing, maybe since no one had the primary responsibility and expected others to act, but no one ended up acting morally.
Now we'll take a break and hear from our sponsors.
We would like to introduce you to our newest product. It is called a mental disorder test, brought to you by the same people who brought you the famous pregnancy test. It is simple and easy to use. All you have to do is take 2 pills, drink lots of water, then urinate. And the color that appears will match to a color of a disorder in the guide that comes in the package. This works by testing amounts of certain neurotransmitters such as dopamine, serotonin, and norepinephrine, and alternating the color of your urine. Call 1-800-069-8008 for a free box with any purchase today. This amazing deal comes to you at only $4.20 per box. Box contains 16 capsules.
Okay, thank you. Big shout out to our sponsors. Make sure you guys go check them out.
But yeah, I definitely agree. I feel bad about my actions because of cognitive dissonance, like you explained, and de-individualization. And group diffusion led me to not acting how I would. Now that I got into a movie theater, I feel guilty.
Yeah, so you experienced classical conditioning. You see, when you first went to a movie theater, you stole the wallet, you felt guilt. Now that you go back to a movie theater, you feel guilt. This was discovered in Pavlov's dog study.
Do you feel this way with all movie theaters or just one you got the money from the wallet from?
All of them.
This is generalization, which was further researched in the Little Albert experiment. You now feel guilt every time you go into the movie theater, doesn't matter which one, since now all movie theaters trigger the reaction of guilt.
So how can I stop this?
So yeah, there's definitely ways you can help control this, but it's not guaranteed. You see, when I was little, I had a blackberry tree in front of my house. I loved to climb that tree and eat them. I ate straight from the tree without washing them. I was little. One day I ate way too many and got sick. I wouldn't stop throwing up. I was sick for a couple of days after. After that, I couldn't stand them or even look at them without feeling sick. And not used for blackberries, but all berries. This generalization, like you experienced with the movie theaters. Anyways, throughout the years, the feeling started to go away to the point where I could eat them, but I still never actually liked them again. But 2 weeks ago, I went to a restaurant and they had a berry cake. And when I looked at it, I kind of felt sick. I tried it, and I felt sick again. The reaction came back.
Yeah, you experience extinction, but then spontaneous recovery, which is something that might happen to you when over time as you get over the classical conditioning, similar to what Sebastian has experienced.
Thanks, Austin Miller, for calling us. We had a great discussion.
No, thank you for your help.
We're glad we were able to help. Okay, before we come to a close, let's discuss DID. One of our viewers last week was wondering about it and asked us to explain it.
A lot of people may think dissociative identity disorder or multiple personality disorder is a weird and scary thing.
Yeah, it's not though. My friend had it and it was really hard for him. 1 minute he would be himself and then something would trigger him and he would think he's a completely different person.
There are ways to reduce symptoms if you're struggling with DID. Just go see your doctor, and there are therapies and medications you can try. There are also coping mechanisms people can try.
Well, it looks like time is up, but tune in next week where we interview Matthias, who actually has dissociative identity disorder.
F is for friends who do stuff together. U is for you and me. N is for anywhere and anytime at all. Down here in the deep blue sea.